So hello, I'm Saf. I'm the grower and the CEO of Jungle Haze. It's a cannabis farm located in Koh Samui, Thailand. In here we're growing with 40 lights and we're producing premium cannabis grade for Sweden mostly, but other shops in Thailand. We are dedicated to the craft. So the idea here is not to grow quantity, but to grow quality. And in order to do so, we're always looking for the perfect craft, the best genetic, the best process to grow, the best control of environment, the best lights. This room here is equipped with the best American material that is available in the world. We have KGrow LED lights, we have Groden slabs, we're using Athena nutrients, we're using a growing control system to be able to control what is going on in the root zone. The team does an immense job of doing quality work. Everything is done craft by hand. So we're growing the plants, we're controlling everything with computer, but also there is human here with the plants, always checking the quality of the plants, the quality of what we're doing is also by an eye control.
Did you check the
and
weight?
all the flowers are trimmed by hand to the craft and packed by hand. This is how we can be sure that every flower has been through the hand of someone. This room here has about 400 plants and we harvesting 5 times per year about 40 kilos. So we are producing here about 200 kilos per year. It's what we call a very craft, small boutique premium cannabis farm. The idea is not to produce much volume, but to be able to do a very good version of each strain and to build the best menu for Thailand in Sweden retail stores. Currently there is 60 stores in Thailand and the idea is to provide an overall same quality and same experience to the customers and the patient, especially medical patient. This is a medical farm, we're growing under medical standards, so the idea is to bring cannabis but also medicine, and in order to do so we are being audited by the government and we have a full GCP standards. So if I had to describe Thailand in one strain, I would say Haze in general. It's a big family of sativa strains. They are native landrace from Thailand, and I believe, it's my own belief, that God gave us cannabis plants and each strain in a certain location has a certain effect that goes with the weather and the environment. So very high sativas, haze are definitely the strains of Thailand. This one is an example. It's super jungle haze. It's a very uplifting, lemony, almost 100% sativa. It grows tall and leaning. It's an amazing strain and it goes perfect with Samui weather where you're smoking and you feel like excited, you're giggly, you're emotional, you want to do a lot of outdoor activities. So that's a perfect strain for Thailand. So in this room we have 2 parts. One part is genetic. We have here more than 25 strains. We are acquiring genetics from breeders. There are most of them breeder cuts. Some of those cuts I buy them for $2,000 to $3,000. So in here you can have about $25,000 just of genetic. It's super important. The reputation and the quality of what we're growing start here with the genetic. Basically all these plants here, we keep them under 18 hours of light every day. So they never flower, they only grow. And we grow big bushes plant in order to be able to chop a branch like this one here. We will chop a branch like this and then we will put some rooting, put it in a rockwool cube, and we are doing here, this is how a clone looks like. This clone has about 12 days or something like this, maybe 15 days now. So the idea is to be able to cut a branch from a mother plant and to duplicate an exact copy in order to grow always the same quality and the same consistency. So, and you see, when we transplant the clone into the new cube, we are able to provide and to grow roots throughout and dominate the blocks. When this block is full, it takes about 2 weeks to really get a massive, bigger plant. Then we're just gonna put it on the slab here, and the slab offer a new medium fresh volume for the roots to go in. Then we're gonna leave it on the slab and we're gonna grow new mothers. We're feeding on demand. We're not feeding when we feel or when we want. We are observing with sensors what the plant wants. And we have seen here plants that were yielding like 20% THC. And by applying method of growing, we reached 30% THC on exactly the same plants. We change environment and nutrition, and this changed everything. The second part is what we call irrigation and fertigation. Fertigation is a mix of irrigation and nutrition and fertilizers. So basically we're using only this brand from US, it's called Athena, and I'm using a dosatron system. Those tanks are 1,000 liter each, and those machines here are reverse osmosis system. So those machines are cleaning the water. The water that is here is only H2O, pumped here, goes through the system of mixing. We're mixing the different elements at the exact concentration we need it for the plants, and later on when it's properly mixed in the order and in the concentration we want, we are batching in a batch tank 1,000 liters of prepared nutrients, and this water here is kept mixed constantly, and this machine there is cooling the water. It's called water chiller, so we keep the water at about 19 to 20 degrees Celsius in order to keep the temperature where the roots like it. Very green, very beautiful, very healthy. And you know, we're turning upside down the leaves here because we're looking here. The insects, they like to lay here, put eggs, they like to live underneath. So the team here comes every day and check the leaves. They're turning upside down the leaf like this everywhere in the room to hunt for pests, to see if we have like some spider mites or any kind of pest, because that's the enemy. They're cutting by hand every single leaf. We call it sugar leaf. So she removed them all in order to make the buds ready for consumption. We hang the plants here for 12 to 14 days in general. We control the climate. You see here it's very cold. We have a machine here, it's a dehumidifier. This machine removes humidity from the air. The idea is to keep the humidity in between 50 to 60% depending on the stage of drying. We will be able to dry but not too quick because we want to keep the quality. If it dries too quick, it's not good. If it dries too slow, we have risk of growing mold. So there is a fine-tuned level of drying. I would say growing is 50% of the job. Drying, curing, trimming process is another 50. You can grow super good weed, but if you fuck up the drying and the curing, you can lose the quality of your product. You can over dry it, you can under dry it, you can lose all the flavor, the terpenes are gone. For example, if you dry the weed onto the sun outside, in a 1 week, your weed is finished. Is unsmokable. But now I show you another thing. I'm using some device here. This is called QPug. This machine is measuring what is going on inside the jar and outside the jar. And this machine is gonna be able to automatically exchange the air from inside and outside to keep the quality of the weed inside perfect and to basically do an automatic curing. That's why it's called QPug. It's a kind of new technology and it helps me to control the curing session of my flowers. So this is where we store everything. When it's ready, you can see here we're packaging everything. I didn't put it yet on the market. It's called Zoros. You can smell it. It smells like a candy. Smell it. The smell change every day, you know, because now we are curing. So I'm checking every day until I hit really like the perfect product, and then we pack and we send to the clients. This one is another one. This one, I grow it multiple times already. It's very sticky, this one. This one smells like vanilla. Oh, it's very citrus actually today as well. Okay, so basically we start about 8 o'clock in the morning, coming in here, checking everything, drink a coffee with the team, and then we assign tasks of the day. Every day is different, but at the end of the day we're having cycles. So there is moment where we harvest, when we trim. Trimming is one big part of the daily life. So for me it's very simple. I come every day to work, including Saturday, Sunday. There is no day off because plants need attention every day. It's like nurturing a baby here. We have also clients popping by or ordering, so we have orders to follow up through the day. I'm talking online with my partners, I'm checking for new genetics. I'm listening a lot of podcasts of other growers because I want to learn what others are doing. At the farm here, basically, we're working 8 to 10 hours per day, and most of the attention is to the craft of our product. We finish about 6 o'clock. The lights are on from 8 in the morning until 8 in the night, so that's really the window where there is mostly always people at the farm. I did some big mistakes, like every grower, I guess, but the biggest mistake was undersizing the dehumidifiers. So we are using a machine called dehumidifiers to remove the humidity from the room, to be able to put the humidity where we want. In Samui, where we're growing, the humidity outdoor is very high. It can reach 90% humidity. There is rainy seasons here. So basically, when I build and design this facility, I underestimate the outdoor weather condition in Samui. And thus, I had a crop, one of my first crop, where I had to throw away a lot of weed in the trash because I got mold. Mold is like a mushroom that comes to the flowers. It's called botrytis, and it comes when the humidity is too high and the buds are too big. And when it pops and starts in the room, in few days, you get big loss. And basically, that's the most expensive mistake I did. And I learned from my mistake. I tried to understand why it happened. I bought extra dehumidifiers. I get my environment under control. And I'm gonna open a new farm, and now I'm very careful about that. Growing in Thailand is not the same than growing in Europe or in US. The outdoor climate is different, so yeah, that was my most expensive mistake by far.